Okay, so in previous lecture we discussed about the different house stores collection system, and also we discussed about the storage container system. So house stores collection system, in that we are going to discuss about the two system, that is the curb system and set out setback system. So curb system, where the house owner is responsible for placing the solid waste container at the curb on the scheduled day, and the workman can come collect and empty the container and put back at the curb. Okay, so the house owner is required to take back the empty container from the curb to the house. That means the house owner is responsible for that collect the container from that curb. Next one is set out setback system, where the collector have to enter the property. Next one is alley service system. In that, the containers are placed at the alley line. So this alley service system is same like a curb system, where the containers are required to place at the alley line, and from where they are picked up by the workman, and from refuse vehicle who deposit back the empty container. Okay, so this method is same like a curb system, where we are going to use the curbside, and here we're going to use the alley line for that collection of waste. Okay, the last one is a backyard service system. So in backyard service system, the workers with the vehicle carry a bean wheel, borrow a sack or cloth to the yard and empty the solid waste container in it. The bin is taken to the solid waste vehicle where it is emptied. Okay, so these all are the methods of the collection of waste by house to house system or door to door collection system. Okay, so curb system, alley system, backyard service system, set out setback system. Okay, so the second one is the storage container system or container bin system. In that, the waste is collected at a container which is placed at a particular location. The owner or the user are going to throw the waste into that container, and from that container, the waste is collected by municipal vehicle. Okay, so after that, the next one is the commercial and industrial collection services. So where the large movable and stationary containers or the large stationary compactors, they are used for that collection of industrial waste and the commercial waste. Next one is collection frequency. So how much the frequency, or how to collect the waste. So if you are considering the residential area, every day we require to collect the waste, or once in a 2 days we require to collect the waste. If you are considering the commercial waste, daily collection is required. Next one is the food waste. So food waste should be collected as early as possible, because that waste is organic in nature and that going to be decomposed. Okay, so maximum period should not exceed the normal time for the accumulation of the waste to fill a container, the time for fresh garbage to putrefy and foul odors, and the length of live breeding cycle less than 7 days. Okay, so that means the food waste or organic waste or a biodegradable waste, that should be collected as early as possible, that is below 7 days. Okay, because that going to be decomposed, and that create a bad odor and also creates a fly breeding. Next, you can see the biomedical waste collection containers, where you can collect the biomedical waste. Manage your waste carefully. Okay, so you can see the symbol of biomedical waste, and you can see the containers which are used for that collection of biomedical waste. After that, you can see these different types of color code which are used for that collection of waste. So this program is that means this program is used for that recycling of waste. You can see the blue box, that blue box which is used for that collection of plastic. So that plastic you can recycle and you can ban from the landfill. Next, you can see the yellow bag, where the cardboards that you can recycle and you can use again and you can ban from the landfill. And the last one is a blue bag that you can see which contain the newspaper. So that newspaper you can recycle and you can ban from the landfill. So these are the various methods that you can use for the collection of waste, and you can recycle that waste and you can ban from the landfill. After that, the treatment and the disposal of solid waste. So these are the various methods which are used for the collection. These are the various methods which are used for the treatment and the disposal of the waste. So in that case, you can see the composting. the incineration, the landfilling, the pyrolysis, and the recycling. These are the various methods which are used for the treatment of the solid waste. So below that you can see the solid waste management system. In that you can see the various options which are used for the solid waste management. That is least prefer option and most prefer option. So you can see the source reduction, reuse and recycling, and below you can see the resource recovery, incineration and landfilling system. So source reduction, in that you can see source reduction we already discussed. So you can reduce the waste at the source, where you can see you can change the manufacturing process, you can change the raw material, and you can reduce the waste at the manufacturing process, at the production process. Also packing of material, at that case also you can reduce the packing material, so you can reduce the waste at the source. Next, reuse. So in reuse you can uh, use again and again that material, and you can reduce the waste. And next one is recycling. So you can separate and segregate the waste, and that waste you can recycle as a raw material for the new production process and new manufacturing process. Next one is the resource recovery. So that resource recovery, it is nothing but the composting process, or either you can say the vermicomposting process. So these two process which are used for that composting, that is the biodegradable waste you can compost by these two method. So in this process we have to first collect the waste. After that this waste we have to separate and segregate. So from that you have to separate the plastic, you have to separate the papers, you have to separate the metals, and the other material you have to separate. And the remaining waste, that is organic in nature, that is biodegradable in nature, that waste you have to send for the composting process. Okay, so this process is called as composting process. Okay, so recycling we already discussed, and the composting, you can see the definition of composting. Composting, it is a process in which the organic matter of solid waste is decomposed and converted to humus and mineral compounds. Okay, so that means whatever that waste, organic waste, biodegradable waste, that you can convert into the humus. So humus, it is the end product of the composting or compost, where the all waste is converted into humus and mineral compounds. Okay, so that is the process of composting, where the organic matter of solid waste is decomposed and converted into the humus. So humus, it is nothing but the end product of composting, and that humus it is used as a fertilizer for plantation and agriculture purpose, and which is having good NPK value. So that waste, that is whatever that solid waste, that's going to be converted into the humus. So this composting, it is having the different types. So basically the it is having two to three types: the Indore method of composting, Bangalore method of composting, Nadip method of composting, and the open window composting and mechanical composting. Okay, so you can see here three methods of composting I have written here. The first one is composting by trenching method, open window composting, and mechanical composting. And this composting by trenching method, that include other three methods. That methods is nothing but the Indore method of composting, Bangalore method of composting, and the Nadip method of composting. Okay, so the some of the method are aerobic in nature, and some of the methods are anaerobic in nature, that going to be discussed in detail later. So the first, you can say the composting by trenching. So in that we require trenches or pit. So the length of that pit or trench is 3 to 12-meter long. How much the wide? It is 2 to 3 meter wide. What is the depth? 1 to 2 meter of depth, and with spacing of 2 meter. So if the quantity of waste is too much more, in that case you require a number of trenches. And if the waste quantity is less, so you required a less number of trenches. Okay, so that depend upon the how much waste generated, and that much trenches you require. Okay, so what is the procedure and how to do the composting? So first process, So first stage, it is nothing but the separation and segregation of waste. So first you have to require separate and segregate waste, and you have to prepare that waste for the composting. Second, you have to fill the dry waste up to 15 centimeter of layer. Okay, so whatever that waste you have to fill, required to fill up to 15 centimeter in layer, and on that you have to require to spread animal dung with the mixing of water. Okay, so the first is a dry waste, and after that you have to uh, spread animal dung with a mix of water in the semi-solid form, semi-liquid form. So that is stages. So in that format you have to fill the trench west and then cow dung, west cow dung. So same like a format you have to require to fill the trenches. Okay, and after some days, that is biological action start in 2 to 3 days, and decomposition start. Okay, so you can see the solid waste stabilize in 4 to 6 months and change into brown color, odorless powder form, and that is known as fumus. So you can see, so these are the trenches, clear trenches where you can see you can place your waste, and after that that waste is going to be composed by bacteria and organism which present into that waste. Okay, so after 4 to 6 months of composting process, you get a brown color compost that is called as humus, which is having a brown in color, and you can check the characteristics and quality of that compost. Okay, so that it should be brown in color, it should be free from the knots. Okay, and it should be good NPK value. Okay, so these all characteristics you have to check for that compost, and you have to separate from various knots which present or other material which present in compost by screening, and you can pack and you can sell and you can use for that agriculture purpose. Okay, so from that compost you can identify what is the quality of compost, what is the characteristics compost. Okay, and what are the characteristics and what is the quality of compost, that going to be discussed later. So this picture you can see how the composting they are going to do. Okay, the trenches, excavated trenches that fill with the solid waste and that cover with the cow dung. Okay, other method that going to be discussed later.